Everybody was talking about DeepSeek, a Chinese AI that has shaken the world. It wiped tens of billions from the stock market and asserted China's growing dominance in AI, completely disrupting the tech world.
The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call.
It was on the 20th of January, 2025. A Chinese research lab launched its AI chatbot. It is named DeepSeek R1. Along with it, they also published the research paper where they stated that their chatbot is much better than the most advanced chatbots in the world across benchmarks like maths and reasoning. This includes OpenAI's ChatGPT o1 model, Meta's Llama, Google Gemini Advanced. It has overthrown all of them. DeepSeek is the best in the terms of performance, it's more efficient, and it took only a fraction of time and money to develop it. But the most amazing thing is that using it is completely free of cost for all of us. On the other hand, OpenAI is charging $200 per month for using its ChatGPT o1 Pro model. Not only that, the cost of training DeepSeek is reported to have been only $5.6 million, whereas other American companies, whether it is OpenAI, Meta, or Google, are spending billions of dollars to develop their artificial intelligence models. And just a week after DeepSeek's launch, DeepSeek became the most downloaded app in the US on the App Store and on the Google Play Store, leaving the ChatGPT behind. And by the 27th January, it had disrupted the American financial markets. Before the DeepSeek launch, the most valuable company in the world was Nvidia, valued at $3.5 trillion. But in just one day, it dropped to $2.9 trillion. This is a computer chips manufacturing company, which specializes in making those computer chips which can be used to train and operate AI. Nvidia's shares fell 17% in a single day, and its valuation lost $589 billion. This is the biggest loss faced by any company in history. The benchmark of US tech companies, Nasdaq, dropped 3.1%. But why Nvidia suffers such a big loss? Where did this AI came from? And why it shocked the entire world? The credit for developing DeepSeek goes to a 40-year-old Chinese entrepreneur, Liang Wenfeng. In 2015, he founded a hedge fund called Highflyer, which used mathematics and AI to make investments. In 2019, he founded Highflyer AI to research artificial intelligence algorithms. But in May 2023, he used the money he was earning from his hedge fund to start a side project for creating an AI model which would be better than all the existing AI models in the world. The reason of this simply because of scientific curiosity. He did not aim to make money and earn lots of profit. To make this AI model, when he started to gather his research team, he did not hire engineers. Instead of engineers, he hired PhD students from China's top universities. To train his AI model, he used the most difficult questions around the world. And within just 2 years, after spending a few $1 million, he launched his DeepSeek R1 model.
It's super impressive. I think we should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
DeepSeek just taught us that the answer is less than people thought. You don't need as much cash as we want.
Only 200 people were involved in making it, and 95% of people were under 30 years old. If we compare this to a company like OpenAI, which has more than 3,500 employees. Today, DeepSeek is China's only AI firm, which not funded by tech giants like Baidu, Alibaba, and ByteDance. As unlike ChatGPT, DeepSeek R1 was chain of thoughts reasoning. It didn't just spit out an answer, but shows its process, breaking it down by section, so that you can understand how it's getting to its answer. The naming of ChatGPT o1 model can get quite confusing because ChatGPT has a weird naming system for its models because they are quite similar to each other. So, for the basic understanding, the first publicly launched model was ChatGPT 3. This was in November 2022, and then in March 2023, they launched GPT-4, which was much better than GPT-3. And then in May 2024, we got GPT-4o, which was a multimodal version of GPT-4. In this, you could not only chat using text, you could actually speak to it, send photos, it could analyze photos, and even generate photos for you. That's why it's called multimodal. Then in 12th September 2024, OpenAI launched its o1 model. It was their first model based on chain of thoughts. Means when you ask questions, it tried to think while answering. And by thinking, we mean whenever it generated an answer, but before giving you the answer, it thinks about the possible counter questions to check whether the answer it generated could be improved. It analyzed each answer from different angles before answering your question. This is known as chain of thought. This is why models like o1 and DeepSeek are being called advanced reasoning models. They are much better at logically answering questions. Another positive aspect of DeepSeek is that it shows you exactly what it's thinking, step by step and in great detail before answering. But after DeepSeek's release, its biggest downside is said to be its censorship. If you ask any critical questions related to the Chinese government and politics, such as what happened in 1989 in Tiananmen Square in China, What are the biggest criticisms against Xi Jinping? Is Taiwan an independent country? Why is China criticized for human rights abuses? To all these questions, DeepSeek will give you the same answer. Sorry, I am not sure how to approach this type of question yet. Let's chat about math, coding, and logic problems instead. But if you ask DeepSeek to criticize any other world leader, whether it's Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or Putin, so it answers in great detail. Actually, the AI models developed in China are asked around 70,000 questions as a test to check whether it will give safe answers to politically controversial questions. And only after this, these AI models are unable to answer such questions. China's chief internet regulator, Cyberspace Administration of China, tests them. Now, some people say that we should boycott this completely, and already the US government is in many ways labeling this a potential security risk. But the important point here is that DeepSeek is an open source software, means its code is publicly available. Anyone can download it locally, so the one way to use DeepSeek is to download its app from the App Store, and other way is to download its entire code and run this AI locally on your computer system. By doing this, you can change its code and modify it according to your case. Many of American companies have already began doing this, like Perplexity AI. They downloaded the DeepSeek R1 model, then erased all censorship and started using the R1 model in Perplexity. Microsoft did this too. Look at this news article from the 29th of January. The DeepSeek R1 model is now available on Azure AI Foundry and GitHub, and they have announced that soon you will be able to use this model in Copilot. And because it's open source, despite being its Chinese origin, DeepSeek is being trusted a lot. If you see a performance comparison among the top AI chatbots available today, OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude, Google's Gemini, Alibaba, another Chinese company has Qwen 2.5, Meta Facebook's parent company had Llama. If these are compared with DeepSeek, what would be the result? According to artificial analysis in the terms of coding, DeepSeek is at the top, followed by ChatGPT, Claude, Qwen 2.5, and finally Llama. In quantitative reasoning, DeepSeek is at the top, then ChatGPT, then Qwen 2.5. In the terms of scientific reasoning and knowledge, ChatGPT is at the top, then DeepSeek, then Claude, and finally Llama. When PC Mag tested AI chatbots, they found that DeepSeek is the best in the terms of knowledge related to the news. In calculations, ChatGPT and DeepSeek are equal. In the terms of writing poems, ChatGPT wins. As in creating tables, ChatGPT wins. But for solving riddles, DeepSeek is the best. The artificial analysis website has rated ChatGPT 190 on quality and 89 on DeepSeek R1. But a major disadvantage for DeepSeek is its response time. Look at this graph showing latency, the number of seconds it takes to get a response after asking a question. O1 takes 31.15 seconds and DeepSeek takes 71.22 seconds. And this response time is actually increasing in recent days because DeepSeek has become so popular all over the world that everyone wants to download and use it. And because of this, they are facing issues with their servers. But if you compare ChatGPT O1 and DeepSeek, then DeepSeek is much more innovative than O1. One of the examples of its mixture of experts method. When you ask ChatGPT O1 something, it works as a single model. Whatever your question is, ChatGPT will be your engineer, doctor, and lawyer. But DeepSeek has divided itself into multiple specialized models. DeepSeek has separate engineer, doctor, and lawyer. Depending on your question, only the engineer or only the doctor would be called. With this, the time taken for data transfer is reduced. And the second, the number of parameters that need to be turned on is also reduced. In traditional models, 1.8 trillion parameters are always active, and DeepSeek has 671 billion parameters, but only 37 billion parameters are active at once. The remaining parameters are activated only when the need arises. This increases its efficiency manifold while reducing the cost. Now, another point of criticism being made against DeepSeek is that they have copied their AI model entirely from OpenAI. OpenAI claims that it has evidence showing that DeepSeek has used its proprietary models to train itself. They claim to have distillation evidence, where output from bigger models is used to improve the performance of smaller AI models to help smaller models give the same results at lower costs. ChatGPT has copied things from all over the internet to train itself. Many books were used without the permission of authors to train their models. This is the reason why 17 renowned writers, including the Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, filed a copyright infringement suit against against OpenAI in September 2023. The New York Times has also filed a case against OpenAI and Microsoft. Other than this, 8 American newspapers and many Canadian news outlets have filed cases on OpenAI. As users, this is good for us, but at the country and company level, we are seeing the beginning of AI wars. In 2022, American government imposed export control so that the computer chips needed to train AI cannot be used by other countries, especially Chinese AI companies. It included Nvidia's H800 and A800 chips, which are unable to buy for Chinese companies. This was problematic for DeepSeek because they had to use Nvidia's older computer chips to train their AI models. America tried their best to prevent any other country from developing foundational AI models like theirs by denying them the computer chips required to train their AI models. And so the people working in DeepSeek were forced to innovate. They created a software that uses only a fraction of the resources and works more efficiently at only a fraction of the cost. This is why Nvidia's stock fell the most, because till a few months ago, companies like Meta, OpenAI, and Google were claiming that if we want to scale AI to a higher level, we will need more chips, more energy, and more money. But DeepSeek has done all of this by using less money, less energy, and outdated computer chips.